Elders are regular people. Um, they don't necessarily have more measurable wisdom, anyways, based on what I've seen, which again proves my theory, right? Of when our social tipping points to self correct had already all passed, and how that would accelerate the devolution of our species. I was in the shower and I'm thinking of a new series, maybe it would be like three, just to give examples of what I mean, because I've done videos in the past where I talk about when people interact with me, let's say they genuinely want to hear more about my theory on HSD, which explains the pathologies, the forms of mental illness that are spread and are uh, measurable among everyone in the norm, and how it reduces their ability to access the higher functions of their brains. Is I've said when even when somebody wants to hear about it and I help them create the schemas and they start getting it, the explanations and the examples, let's say in their own lives, is I find their response is to justify their behaviors as automatons, right, domesticates that can't deviate, and then they even more intensely will find ways to justify it. That means I've made them worse, so it's too late to help them. But being in Prince Rupert for more than a year, I could also give you examples on how an entire social system or community also has had me here, and I've been pretty vocal, and how that is actually sped up their own devolution as well. I'll be giving examples of this. By the way, the Chamber of Commerce person here spoke on the radio. I'm not sure if it was this channel or the other one. And she said, about the Walmart being closed and how, local businesses had to step up, for example, give discounts. Well, okay, I'm not against discounts, but sometimes I plan to stop to shop downtown when I'm, let's say, coming back from other things and I have my vehicle, which is, the size of an ambulance. And I can't park. I'll go around the block and it's hard to cross certain intersections because, there's not a lot of thinking in how they're designed. And there's also construction. And and then there's also people not always following the rules. You got to account for that. But I go around the block, I waste a lot of fuel with this big vehicle, and I just decide not to shop. So, and sometimes it's don't count on me for a lot of shopping because you don't give me work here. So, but also the best way I think is, can you ask all the businesses to either walk to work or get a ride, or park far away? Like, get the Chamber of Commerce to arrange 2 or 3 parking lots in certain situations. Sometimes they're abandoned places, or where there's hardly anybody that parks there because the building's torn down or half broken up by nobody taking care of it. Even tearing it down is not even done because that takes an effort. And so if you actually make it easier for people that want to do the shopping, and tell the staff, because they'll think it's normal that if they shop after work they can park there. No, just make it that people can park there. It's so hard already with the construction. Do this, and then you can have a frequent customer discount. It doesn't have to be everybody for everything. That means you'll keep them there if the Walmart reopens, right? You just say, okay, well, for a year, once you register with us that there's at least $100 you spend since we started this program, you automatically get for a year 10% off on everything, even things that are discounted. And let us know also how the parking is improved around here. Like, that's, businesses don't get that they're about the customers. They really think they're about themselves.